Today's Boston shoutouts go to Bryant, Casey, Aaron, Bodie, Kaylee, Hong, and Ryan. Seriously guys, thank you so much for the support. On to the video. What is up guys? Thank you so much for watching another video. Today is the last day we can drive the Evo 8 until we get a new tune for it. I'm headed down to the shop right now. We're gonna put the speed density intake on it. So we're ditching the MAF. We're gonna put the new 3-bar map sensor on it and the new EBCS, the boost control solenoid. I am so digging these wheels on this car still. I think it looks absolutely amazing. What do you guys think? You still digging the Evo 10 wheels? I think it looks good. I already have the car in the shop because I was actually driving it earlier. Got into boost just a little bit, just to kind of mess around, and look what happened. Ripped or popped off a intercooler pipe. That thing's popped off twice now, so I need to get some T-bolt clamps for that. I'm not really sure if I can find any of those T-bolt clamps here locally. I might have to order them in. Either way, I'm gonna probably hairspray it, clamp them on really tight so we can get it tuned, and of course eventually I want to get T-bolts on there so it never pops off again. But let me pull the parts out of the car and show you exactly what we're doing today. As always, I'm gonna have every single part I'm putting on this car today down in the description box below, except for my speed density intake. The reason I can't put this down in the description box is because this is a custom piece made by a muffler shop. I know it's definitely not the most pretty pipe, and I wish it was made out of probably like aluminum for heat soak purposes, but it's gonna get us tuned. It's gonna get the car running good. In the future, I can always change up the intercooler piping and the intake piping setup. But the first thing we have here is our OmniPower 3-bar map sensor. I'll be honest guys, I don't know exactly why I have to go from I believe the stock is on an Evo 8 and a 9 is a 1-bar. Maybe just the Evo 8 is a 1-bar. I know going to a speed density, you have to tune through the map sensor and through some sort of air temperature sensor. I believe a 1-bar, it can only read up to like about 17 PSI as well, and I think a 3-bar can go up to like 30 something PSI. Correct me if I'm wrong, I was doing some reading online. That is the gist I got from it. All I know is my tuner said, Devin, grab a 3-bar or 4-bar map sensor. So I picked up this OmniPower 3-bar map sensor. Should be a direct swap. That is item number 1. Remember, that'll be down in the description box below. Item number 2 is boost control solenoid. Now this is not a Grimspeed, it's not a Cobb. This is actually an AC Delco, or it's a GM boost control solenoid. This was about $35, maybe $40 online. The Grimspeeds go for about $120-ish, so I saved quite a bit of money going to this. I'll kind of briefly explain what this exactly does. The stock boost control solenoid on a car is okay for when the car is stock, right? Once you start building a lot of boost, pushing the car to its limits, you're gonna need a lot better boost control, just so you don't have random spikes and dips here and there. That is why you need a 3-port. Did I say a 3-bar boost control earlier? I don't remember. Either way, that is why you need a 3-port boost control solenoid. You can get a Grimspeed, you can get a Cobb, you can get any brand. I went with the GM 3-port boost solenoid, and along with that, my friends over at Spoolin' Up sent me a harness to go from my stock boost control solenoid on the car. Huge thank you to Matt over at Spoolin' Up for sending me over this harness. Really appreciate it, brother. Now I don't have to splice anything in. It's just gonna be all plug and play. Let's open this up. As you can see, that plugs right into the GM boost control solenoid. We should be good to go. One thing I do need to do today, I need to weld a bung on my intake tube as well for the vacuum line that runs into the to the valve cover. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's pop the hood on this beast. I know everyone wants to see a video on that radio, guys. Be patient. Funny story on that, I actually lost the harness for it, the wiring harness. So this here is the vent hose I'm talking about, the vacuum line. It goes to that stock intake tube. So I'm guessing I need to put that on my new intake as well, if I can get the damn thing off. Yeah, I'm gonna have to weld a little bung onto my intake. I picked one up from Napa the other day. I'm not the best welder in the world, but I think I can make this work. I got this little 1/4" bung, I guess you call it, or nipple thing. I'm gonna cut those threads off and then weld that onto the intake tube. What should we install first? I'm gonna say the map sensor, just because this should be a direct install. Unbolt the factory one, which I'll show you where the factory one is, and bolt up the new 3-bar. Factory map sensor is right here. 2 bolts, it should come off. Let's get it done. The new 3-bar Omni Power map sensor is installed, ready to go. I think the next thing I'm going to move on to is removing this stock, or this whatever intake system this is. That is the MAF right there. We will be ditching the MAF. We're going to speed density. I know I've said it before. We don't need that MAF sensor anymore, the MAF housing whatsoever. So I'm kind of stoked to get that one off and get the little bit better looking one on there. It'll be powder coated soon, but for now, I just want to get this thing running right. Let's get the stock one ripped off. One hose clamp holding the intake tube down to the turbo, and that is literally all we have to remove. I guess we got to pull that wiring clip off right there as well. We got the intake off. There is my Evo 9 turbo. I plan on making some good torque with. Not the highest horsepower numbers, but hopefully some good torque. That is what the intake looks like that we just removed. Remember, I do have to weld on a little bung like that one right there onto the new intake. I have to figure out where exactly I want to place that. So I'm going to put the new intake onto the car real quick and figure out where exactly I want to weld that bung onto. I'm thinking if I just throw it right there, we should be good. Or should I go? Yeah, I'm just going to do it right there. It's already marked. Perfect. So I'm going to have to drill a little hole in this intake, of course. I'll probably go, let's do this. I'm going to pull this out of the package and cut the threads off, because obviously I don't need the threads on there for anything. Let's cut it right there, right before the hex. And I'm going to measure that and drill that hole just a tiny bit smaller and get this bad boy welded on. Ow! Look at that, perfect. Let's get it welded up. Wow. I am a terrible welder. That will work though, I guess, for now. If I do plan on running this intake pipe forever, I will definitely get that cut off and professionally done, because that looks like shit. I'm not going to go ahead and try to tell you guys I'm a good welder, because I'm not. I'm going to get this thing cleaned up. And actually, I guess before we put the intake on the car, we should probably put on the all the boost control solenoid stuff. So I'm going to go wash this thing up, get all the sand and metal out of there, and we should be good for the intake. It is time to plumb this thing. So we already have all the wiring figured out. Thanks to spooling up. I am looking here at this thing on evolutionm.net, a little online form. Port A goes to wastegate. Port B goes to the intake post MAF, or if you do not have a little nipple on your intake, that can go to the atmosphere. You don't need to plug anything in there. Port C goes to the compressor. So that's very easy. All we have to worry about is port A and port C. Port A goes to wastegate, port C to compressor, meaning the turbo. You have got to be kidding me. This is not the right boost control solenoid, guys. This is a 2-port. Somehow that wiring plug-in still fits, but this is not the right one. They literally sent me the wrong part number. The one they sent me is a 214637. The one we need is a 214474 part number. This freaking sucks. Car's literally ready to go. Literally 100% ready to go, pretty much. I had to plug in 2 boost lines, and we were done, ready to tune. Damn it. I literally don't even know what to do right now. The car is ready to go. I can't really drive the car how it is. I was planning on leaving it in the shop until we get it tuned, which is supposed to be tomorrow. But obviously we can't get a new boost control solenoid in time. Unless I could find one by the grace of God, find one locally, which I highly doubt I can. I'm literally going to have to push the car outside of the shop and wait for the new boost control solenoid to come in the mail. This freaking blows, guys. Damn it. I should have checked that out when I got it in the mail. I got it a few days ago, but what do you do? What do you do? All right, what are we doing? Push the car outside, do a cinematic edit? What else is there to do? I don't really know. Before we do all that, I'm actually gonna completely put on this intake. So I guess I could put the stock one on, but I'm not gonna bother, guys. I'm just gonna put on my speed density intake right now, get it all buttoned up, ready to go, and then I guess when the new boost control solenoid comes in, we can get that done. There we go, intake is on, and honestly guys, it doesn't look too bad. I know it's steel and it's probably gonna get heat soaked, but it actually looks pretty good. I'm gonna throw on that lower intercooler pipe because it's a little floppy, and I'm gonna see if this car will still run enough to drive it from here to there. Definitely a no-go. That was literally the gas pedal all the way down to the floor and it would hardly idle. I'm gonna push this thing outside, get it down there, and we can wait for that new EBCS to come in. But in the meantime, enjoy this little video edit. Well guys, I guess that is it. There's nothing, literally nothing we can do on the car until we get the new boost controller in. That completely sucks because I know right now with all the holidays and everything, it's gonna be probably at least a week wait until we get the new EBCS in. Whatever, there's nothing we can do. There's other projects to work on. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, go down below, smash that thumbs up button. I will see you tomorrow or whenever I upload next. Peace out.